easy choice for us.
So what are the demographics of your visitors to your sites? When you think about the people who are coming to your site, what are the demographics?
Yeah,
and also what are they looking for when they get there?
So we launched the website about a year ago and primarily focused on just San Francisco, New York, and LA metros. And in the last 3 months we've expanded to about 20 metros. So part of the technology scale that we get is through that. So the primary driver for a lot of our traffic has been Google. So people who look for there's two types of options. One is people just look for a quick lunch place that they want to just pick up a decent place, or people who are actually in an exploratory mode where they're actually looking for a romantic place or they want to take someone else on a anniversary or a kid-friendly place. So people who try to spend more time in an exploratory fashion is where we're going after. Again, our primary traffic today is Google, so they come, they are a very short transaction user. So to build some of the affinity in terms of giving those options to explore more is what we're getting towards. But our primary demographic today is people who are short transaction oriented, who look for the right experience. They say, I want to know if this place is good or not. They get a quick review summary, and maybe they go off and kind of have a good dining experience.
And what are you finding over at Chow?
Chow, the demographic is really, really broad. It's age-wise, it's probably 25 to late 40s, I would guess, if not, probably skewing a little older. It's people who come to the site, for the most part, who really, it's split, I guess, I would say. There are a lot of people who come and lurk and just, they come through Google, they do a search and they find what they want, find a recommendation or something, and then they go. And then there are people who really sort of consider themselves tastemakers and come to share their expertise. And those are our really most active and most dedicated users.
Is there any economic?
It's fairly affluent people who eat out a lot.
One thing I've noticed at Chow is, of course, you have your videos and you have a lot of recipes, a lot of writers. But one thing I've noticed is that when people are trying to figure out where a good restaurant is, they generally put this on your board, and then about 30 minutes they get 50 responses for people. But they're very specific, where can I eat on Clement Street? 50 responses.
Exactly, yeah.
And Gayot, you've been around for a while.
1969. I mean, print was from 1969. There was, when we started, there was only Michelin, and that was it in the world. And then so we came on board, and then we started writing reviews. Michelin was a upscale phone book, very detailed with the maps and the rating. It had no text. Now they have text. It comes from us, and I have to, I don't want to be pretentious, but we've been copied all over. It's like Club Med when they started only club was doing Club Med, and then we started, nobody was doing what we're doing. So now a lot of people are doing restaurant reviews, and then some of them, I'm not going to say the name, are using kind of the same rating system that they came after, and then instead of using out of 20, they use out of 30 because.
Well, that is one of the challenges of being the first, because if it's a good, how many YouTube lookalikes are?
So next year will be 40 years. Yeah.
That's fantastic. But I can tell from your advertising website that you do tend to have also a fairly affluent.
Right. Yeah.
I will say affluent.
But yes, it's kind of because we have full reviews, that they are lengthy reviews and they're written by professional reviewers. So it makes sense. I mean, if you have the time to read them, because it's a text. It's not like quotes putting together. So it's people have to read and have the time to. And there's so much information needed. So it's a rather high-end, When we came in the US in 1982, it was high-end. People would travel because we started with like the France book into English and the Paris book into English. So it was people that would travel to France and to Paris. So it's a...
Well, I was really surprised to find when, a couple of years ago when you guys did a review of one of our books, I was very surprised to find out that you're in Los Angeles.
Yeah, we're historically, based in LA. There's a reason why we're there, because at the time, we were doing books, print where it was New York, and then for some historical reason we're based in LA.
Which
LA's fun, so it's great.
Now, FoodBuzz, when it comes to demographics, I've noticed, now, do you do food blog awards?
No, we don't do food blog.
You don't do food blog awards, but you seem to have, I can't remember exactly, you seem to have a lot of the other food bloggers
Yeah, we're pretty active participation. We're from food bloggers that come and play on our site. We're in the process of understanding our demographic, but we think it's pretty affluent, and we hope it's along the lines of Bon Appetit or Gourmet Magazine Offline or something like Chow. We're trying to understand that right now. We're in the process of.
Well, that's very interesting. So.